Hello everyone, it's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to do a twin flame reading. We're going to get some messages from the Divine Masculine. I'm channeling the certain part of the collective where there's little to no contact, twins in separation, or even those of you that are in sporadic contact, but you're really not to the point where you're having open and honest conversations about what's going on. So we're going to get some messages from the Divine Masculine to start out with, sort of where he's at as far as the connection. How does he feel about the feminine? How does he feel about himself? And, you know, where he sees the connection going maybe in the future. So we'll get started. We'll pick a couple messages and we'll go from there. So the first message, we want to know from the Divine Masculine how he feels about this connection at this current energies. How is he feeling for this connection at this current time? Message, Divine Masculine, how does he feel about the connection at this time? So we have nurturing. Let's clarify this nurturing. This is how he feels about the connection at this time. We have twin flame and conclusion. So what I'm getting at this time is that his current views on the connection, it sort of, it grounds him to think about, you know, no matter where he is in his head at this moment or what he is thinking, it always brings about good feelings, nurturing feelings, feelings of home, feelings of comfort, knowing that he has someone out there that cares deeply. He recognizes that this connection is a twin flame, is a soul contract, and sees, you know, conclusions coming to current energies. The current energies are going to become coming to an end soon. He wants to put an end to it because he sees the connection as something that's comforting and nurturing. So let's get a couple cards about this conclusion. What are we concluding here? What is the Divine Masculine? What conclusion is he coming to about this connection? What conclusion is he coming to pertaining to the connection at this current time? So we have the Hierophant. So he is definitely realizing that this is a soul contract. This is about contracts, agreements, maybe living up to promises that were kept. We have the Tower. So this is about quick change, rapid change. We have the Two of Swords. So he's sort of finding the balance within himself. If you see, the swords are balanced here. So he's sort of kind of going within and really thinking about his truth and how he wants to come forward as far as this connection is concerned. Let's get a Romance Angel. How is the Divine Masculine feeling about the connection at this time? Right now, children are affecting his movement forward with the connection. So he may have children, they may have children between each other. Their current responsibilities are what is at play here. Possibly he could be viewing this connection as something that will affect, his children are going to affect his decisions in moving forward. But he does see this this connection as being something long term that will affect the children that they have to get, like separately, possibly coming together as a family. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So deep in his heart, he knows about this connection. He knows there's a contract. There's going to be swift and sudden changes coming while he balances out his head and his heart and what he wants moving forward. So that's why we have this conclusion here. But when he does look at the overall energy of this connection, he sees it as something nurturing, as something comforting, a feeling of home. So he does look at this with a very positive outlook. So let's get another message. How is the divine masculine feeling about himself right now in the current energies? How is he feeling about himself? How is the divine masculine feeling about himself right now? We have moving on. A couple cards to clarify that, please. We have destruction. So this is another tower moment. We have contemplation. And then we have summer. So what I'm getting here is that he's in deep contemplation about what he wants in his life. He's moving on from old energies. He's having a tower moment within himself, which is, swift change. It is about destruction. It is about breaking down of old ways of thinking and old, things that didn't work for him in the past, maybe. He is, looking out over his life and reviewing sort of how he wants things to be and what he wants to change. And then we have the summertime. So the summertime can either mark a period in time. We are going into the summer months. Maybe this swift change could happen within those summer months, or something very key to his way of thinking, or his moving on from old ways, kind of taking a step forward, is going to happen in the summer months. So let's get a few cards to see how is he feeling about himself. What is this tower moment and this contemplation all about? What is his tower moment and his contemplation about when it comes to himself at this current time? So we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about going within. It's about listening to your intuition. It's about really getting on board with the journey. So he's going within. We have this Knight of Cups energy. So this is about coming forward with an offer of love. He has the cup. The horse is in motion. So he's really thinking about it. He's really going within and thinking deep. He's contemplating, coming forward with an offer. But on a personal level, he is having small victories with things that he's doing in his life. So he is, claiming victory over some things that might have been holding him back. So he's feeling sort of lighter, and the ability to sort of move forward now is really in the picture where it wasn't before. He's, had this tower moment here. So he might be ready to move forward, and he's really thinking about coming forward with this offer. But he's sort of going within, kind of balancing his light and his dark, doing his inner work at this time. What do we have with the romance angels here? A new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So, yeah, this offer of love, he's really thinking about, starting over. Um, really going with his heart over his head. Finding the balance. He's ready to move forward. And it says friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will drastically improve. So, if he does make this this step forward, it's definitely going to be, a slow, kind of taking things slow, letting things unfold naturally, allowing things to sort of blossom and bloom as they're supposed to be. All right, so let's get a message. How is he feeling about the feminine right now? So we have foundation. Let's clarify. A couple cards of clarity, please, on this foundation. How he feels about his feminine right now. Okay, so we have foundation, we have metamorphosis, we have cycles, and we have a pause. So, what I'm getting here is he's keeping an eye on her. He's watching her sort of transform. He sees her really building a life, building a strong foundation that he can work with moving forward. The moon cycles that we just went through sort of really kick things up for him when he looks at his feminine. But he's still taking a pause. He's still in this contemplation mood. He is thinking about, starting fresh and starting this new love, but he's still not quite there yet. He's still looking at taking a pause. Let's get a couple more cards for clarity. How the Divine Masculine sees his feminine at this time. One more, please. How the Divine Masculine is seeing the feminine at this time. Oops. I'll take both of those. Okay. So what I'm getting at is, that he's seeing her sort of, she's still moving on with her life. She's still building a strong foundation. She's, doing everything she can to line things up. He's seeing her sort of grow and change, and, something with the last moon cycles really kick something up for him. But he's still sort of taking a pause on it because he does want to, again, here's mirroring here. When he was thinking of himself, he has an offer of love here, and thinking of her as an offer of love. So this offer definitely is coming toward her. But we have the Justice card, so he's also thinking about making things right, possibly coming forward with an apology or open and honest communication. But there's definitely something that was illuminated, a truth that was illuminated to him, possibly during the last moon cycle, that's causing, this need to come forward with an apology and an offer. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is about an opportunity coming up. So there will be an opportunity for him to come forward and to offer this apology and possibly, come out of this paused energy. Let's get a romance angel, how he feels about his feminine right now. Yep, let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally, just like I said. And this card fell off the table, soulmate. So he sees her as a soulmate. He does want to sort of bring things around slowly, allow them to unfold naturally, build on a friendship like we have here. But again, he does see this, and this flew off the table, the soulmate card. So he does see this as a very key relationship in his life. I'm kind of getting the contemplation that he is holding on to is sort of, it's either going to be her or it's going to be nobody. And then we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are eternal soul, or one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So there is a lot of sexual energy between the two. They do find each other very attractive, and they are pulled to each other like magnets. And he's trying to control that. He's trying to hold that back. And the romance angels are sort of saying, let go of the control issues and just let things happen. You're not going to be able to stop this from happening. You're not going to be able to comfortably, continue to live the way you live with this pull, So there's going to be an opportunity. And this truth is what's going to come forward. It's going to be, this is, sort of his aha moment that, he sees her, as this is what he wants. So this is the reading for the Divine Masculine. So let's clean this up, and we're going to get some messages from the feminine to the masculine and see what she has to say. And if you bear with me, I will shuffle these back into the deck. We're going to get a couple messages now from the Divine Feminine to the Masculine. The first message out will be, how is she viewing this connection at this time? How is the Feminine viewing the connection at this time? One message, please. We have Crusade. How is the Feminine viewing this connection at this time? How is she looking at the connection at this time? A couple cards to clarify this Crusade. One more. How is the Divine Feminine viewing this connection at this time? Alright, so she is, she's seeing this connection right now as sort of a mission. She's on a mission. She's come so far in her journey that she is sort of digging her heels in and getting this done. The summer's here. Just as it came out in the Masculine's reading, it's in her reading. So there's something key going to happen with this connection in the summer months. It's all part of an awakening. She's awakening to how difficult this journey is and how you really have to stick with it. And there's a lot of trust and healing and learning and that goes into this. And she's in contemplation as well. She's really thinking about where she's at in her life, and how this all fits in. You know, because there is little to no communication, she really has no idea where things are headed, where the masculine's head is at, where you know, where she needs to be. But she's you know, she's keeping her eye on the prize, I think, by the Awakening card, and really making it her mission to follow this journey through to the end. So let's get a couple cards. How the Divine Feminine is looking at the connection at this time. To the Five of Wands. So she's got a little bit of an inner battle going on. She wants communication. She wants things to open up because she wants to take a leap of faith toward this new beginning. She's ready to move. But because there is no movement and because there is no communication at this time, these are the things that she, you know, she wants. Let's get a Romance Angel. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So she's being guided. She's being guided to really, you know, kind of, as much as she wants to view this connection in a good light right now, you know, she's sort of seeing it as a battle. She knows it's part of her awakening process. She knows that this is part of her mission. But all she wants is this chance at a new beginning and some communication to come forward. So she's really struggling with the fact that this is not happening at this time. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. So, you know, what I'm getting from this is a lot of times, you know, we sit back and we say, okay, what did I do wrong? Why is this taking so long? Why is there no movement? How come he hasn't reached out? You know, what did I do wrong? And basically what this is saying is, you know, is to love yourself, that all things come with time. There is no right or wrong. You can't mess this up. You know, these types of connections are fated. They are, you know, what the universe dictates for you. So there really isn't anything that you can do that can mess it up. You can prolong it. You can cause the separation to go on longer. Because if you're not in alignment with yourself, and then you can't come into alignment with your partner. So if you refuse to do the work, or you refuse to follow your guidance, it is going to take a longer time for you to come into alignment. So let's get a message now from the feminine, how the feminine is viewing the masculine at this time. How is she viewing the masculine at this time? The Builder Bee. Let's get some clarity on this. How is the feminine viewing the masculine at this time? How is the... So we have tribe, we have devotion, and we have pride and ego. So she's viewing him right now as somebody who is digging into their work, who is, you know, steadfastly, you know, doing his work. She's devoted, devoted to him, devoted to his work. But there might be a little bit of pride and ego in the way. Or she sees him as having a little bit of pride and ego. You know, that might be holding him back. Let's get a couple cards, 3 cards. How the feminine is viewing the masculine at this time? The Lovers. So she, she sees him as, someone she wants to come together with, someone that she wants to reunite with. The Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is about being financially responsible and sound, and somebody that you'd want to build with, someone that you could rely on. And then we have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is about also coming together, about a celebration, about union, about family. So when she thinks of the masculine here, she, thinks of reunion. She thinks of financial security and loyalty and, someone that she can rely on. And the Four of Wands is like another, is, the coming together, about, solid structure and reunion. So she's definitely sees him as somebody that, she could build with, and move forward with, and be perfectly happy and content with. This could be the one you've already met, the romantic partner you seek. And I think she already knows that. We have freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. So the guidance for the feminine is you see the masculine sees, the feminine sees the masculine as somebody who's a hard worker, someone who's devoted, someone she can rely on and build with. There's a little issues with a little pride and ego going on, and then we have the Tribe card, which is about family issues. It's about, there's other things coming into play here. But she does see reunion with him. She does see somebody that she would like to build a strong foundation with. So that, at this time, maybe the separation is an illusion. And there's nothing stopping you from moving forward. So how is the feminine viewing herself at this time? How is the feminine viewing herself? She's making plans. A couple cards for clarity. How is the feminine viewing herself right now? And we need one more, please. Okay, so we have guide. She's following her guidance. She's following her intuition. She's being guided and pushed along her path. But she feels bound. She feels bound to this connection. She feels, that there really isn't any moving on or moving forward. She's tied up. She's, sort of a victim of this connection. And that's the feeling of being bound and sort of victimized is the holding pattern that she is in. Withholding communications, not coming forward with heart-to-heart communications, is really, taking a toll. Because she's still trudging forward. She's still, doing what she needs to do in her life and building a foundation and making plans for the future. But you can only make so many plans for the future without knowing if someone else is going to be along with you for the ride. So we have Judgment. So she's really going, looking over her life and reviewing her life to see where she's at. Is this really what she wants and how she wants to live? She's manifesting, so she's really tapping into her power, and she's trying to make things happen, trying to put things in order, balancing out her finances and her emotions, and Really trying to manifest a life. And then, she's waiting for this solid offer to come in. That's, what she's looking for at this time. Or she's building a life of her own to be able to have something to offer. And we have flirt, extend your lighthearted energies to others. So she needs to lighten up a little bit. Maybe the victim feeling bound to this relationship, relate to this connection, or falling a victim, feeling that you're a victim to the connection, could be what's holding you back. So you might want to take a different perspective and maybe not sort of lighten it up a little bit. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. So the guidance on this is to sort of drop this energy here of feeling bound, of feeling like you're a victim, like you can't move forward or you can't do something, because that's not the case at all. You're building life, you're building, making plans for the future, you're manifesting, you're doing your work, you're following your guidance. So there really isn't anything standing in your way of moving forward with your life. So that is the messages from the feminine. I think what we will do, I will pull a couple cards of guidance for both the masculine and the feminine. So at this time, what does the masculine have to know to get through his blockages and what's holding him back from coming forward? What does the masculine have to know? And one more. So we have messages and we have nightmare. Okay. So what do we need to know about this? This is for the masculine. Let's clarify the messages. What do we need to know about these messages? Because this is about blockages holding him back. And nightmares. What do we need to know about the nightmare? The nightmares. Clarity, please, on the nightmares for the masculine. Okay. All right, so what I'm getting here, some things that are going to come up for the masculine for him to clear up and be able to move forward is, we have the messages card. So messages card is about communication. It is about, sending messages of love. It is about, kind of coming forward, speaking your truth. We have pride and ego again, and devotion. So you definitely have to lose the ego, lose the pride, pull down the guard, put your heart over your head, get out of your head, and really come forward with some sort of devotion. And, when you speak your truth, you open doors for what you really want. And I think that withholding this communication and holding things in doesn't help either side. Some of the masculines may be having nightmares right now. And this is all about inner child work. This is all about going back as you're growing up to different periods in your life where you may have experienced some sort of trauma, and you're kind of stuck in that mode. So you need to bring that stuff up and really heal it and work with it. Realize that you're no longer that child anymore. that could have felt abandoned or could have felt unworthy or not wanted. Um, and really work on that, and knowing that you are lovable and you are deserving and stronger than you realize. And all this will balance the scales. It's going to balance your emotions and bring you into alignment. So these are the things that the Divine Masculine needs to work on at this time. Let's get a couple messages for the feminine. What does the feminine need to work on at this time? Feminine needs work on at this time. Let's clarify this investment card. What do we need to know about this investment card? Investment. And the lady card. What do we need to know about the lady card? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright. So for the investment card, what I get is the some feminines are learning lessons pertaining to their finances, that they are doing things that's going to be an investment into their future. We have the Muse card, so that's about looking for different things to focus on. What's the word? Can't think of the word. Inspiration. Finding inspiration, to learn their lessons about finances and investing wisely in their future. And we have conclusion. So I think at this time, to get you unstuck in certain things, is you have to find other means of inspiration. Take your focus off of this connection. This is not your only thing in your life. You need to get on your own 2 feet. You need to invest wisely in your future. Start planning. Start building a foundation on your own. Your twin will catch up. If they're meant to be, they will find you, and that will bring a conclusion. Sort of surrendering and kind of moving on and doing your own thing right now is what brings a conclusion to a separation, or brings a conclusion to a certain cycle that you're in. So you want to invest wisely in your future and continue upon your path. The Lady card is about sort of finding your inner beauty, really setting your boundaries and being in your truth. Okay, so we have karmic partner. So you need to make sure that you do set boundaries with other people in your life. If you are with somebody else, you really need to examine that relationship. If you have other people that you're sort of dabbling with, while you're waiting for your twin to come around, you need to look at those connections. Are they soaking up your time? Are they taking your energy? Is it worth it? Are you blurring some boundaries there that really need to be made? So you really have to look at the other connections in your life as well. And then losing this victim mentality. Feeling that you're sort of tied up, that you have no other choices in life, is an illusion. So you need to fix that way of looking at things. And that will bring about, a commitment. But do you really know what you want as far as a commitment? What does that commitment look like to you? What have you put out into the universe? When you say that you want to be together with your twin, what does it look like to you? Maybe what you're putting out there and the thoughts that you're throwing out to the universe are not lining up with what you truly, are thinking in your mind. So make sure you have a balance there. Sever ties if you need to sever ties with certain people that might be soaking your energy up. This too, another message that just kind of came through. If you're involved with a twin who has a karmic partner, who is otherwise married or in a relationship, part of being in your power and being you know, fully within your boundaries is that you need to respect that commitment. Um, you know, just because it's a twin, it doesn't give you the right to break up a home. That is completely onto somebody else's agenda. It is not up to you to do that. Um, you need to respect his other commitments and respect where he is at in his life, and setting your boundaries by not pushing it, but by not, know your place is what I'm getting in my head. So you really have to look at the commitments of both sides and where you're at, and then setting your boundaries accordingly. So one last message from the Romance Angels. What do they want you to know? We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So there is an end of separation coming. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So what I'm getting with this is if you are in separation right now, it's, probably sometime during the summer months. It's going to either not abruptly come to an end, but you're going to see signs of coming out of it, that are because a reconciliation is on the horizon. So you just have to sort of hang in there, do your work, set your boundaries, and everything will work out as it should. So I want to thank you for watching. I am available for personal readings. You can check my bio. You can follow me on IG, Lisa Ann Tarot, and on Facebook at Lisa Ann Tarot as well. And thank you for watching. Have a good night.